Hello guys, this is Ria, your host and friend. Welcome back to another webinar by Skill Valley just for you. I'm really delighted to introduce our today's guest to you guys. She is Master Full Stack Developer and here is to tell us about how to find an organization in Gsoc. Her list of achievements is so long that a person like me can't describe her. So I request Miss Aradhna Kund to give a little bit of brief about herself and here we have Miss Aradhna Kund. Hello ma'am.
Hi everyone. So my name is Aradhana Kund and I'm a full stack web developer. Apart from this, I'm also good at competitive programming and data structures and algorithms. Apart from this, I recently bagged the Google Summer of Code 2021 with CDLI. And this was like one of the milestones achieved in my entire career. It was a great journey, and I really loved whatever I learned through GSOC. It's a journey, it's an entire learning journey, we can say. So apart from that, recently I also bagged the all India rank of 1200 in Google hash code. So that was all about me, and I'm very glad to share the entire GSOC journey and help you guys with that. Thank you so much.
It's an honor to have you here. So we would definitely love to know more about you from your college time till now when you actually achieved GSOC 2021, and it's actually a great achievement and we would love to know your journey throughout your internships, how you went and how you all planned everything. We would definitely love to know everything about it.
Okay. So first of all, when I joined college, first of all, I am not having, like, before this, I did not have a IT background, a coding background. So like many of us, it's like hard to deal with coding since you don't have a coding background. First of all, it was hard for me as well. I did not score very good in the common basic languages like C and C++. But apart from that, after then I learned one thing, that learning coding is very important in today's world, because you can see that there are a lot of fields that get open to you as a software developer, engineer, or a tester, or whatever you can call it. But it's very important to learn coding, so I always started giving it my best. I started learning things, like, first of all, I would like to share everything. Wherever I started with learning the basic language, where I was at the beginning I was confused in that, but then I learned all about it. Then I started performing data structures and algorithms, and apart from that, DA and all competitive programming I started doing. So every day it was my target to solve at least 5 to 6 questions of easy, medium, and hard labels. In Geeks for Geeks and Lead Code, I started solving questions. I started learning more and more about data structures, more and more about competitive programming. And it's always important, you can't learn coding if you don't practice it. You can't really learn coding if you don't do it regularly, because coding is all about doing things rather than just learning. Okay. So it was really great that there were other people who guided me also, and I achieved this. After that, when I thought that, okay, I have a basic coding knowledge along with the data structures and algorithms, I then started to learn about development. Now when you go to development, two things come. You can either become a ML developer, you can either learn machine learning or artificial intelligence, or you can go for web development. Both are in demand. Rather, I can say that probably web development is more better for internships and all, if you are looking out for internships opportunities, because ML developers usually are hired with a pretty good experience. But it solely depends on you, what you want to do. So I basically learned that I had a greater interest in web development, like as a full stack developer using React, because when you go to a full stack development, then you have a lot of options to go with, like which tech stack you want to choose. So I basically wanted that I should explore options. It's really important to explore options and see what all interest you have and which field is actually pretty convenient to you, rather than following someone else who did that same thing and succeeded or something like that. you should explore things, you should explore fields, and then you should choose what is important for you. Okay, so I basically went for exploring a lot of things. I first learned Monstack because I felt that okay, Monstack is something which is basically dragging my attention. Now, what is Monstack? I want like it will go like in an infinite loop if I start just digging into one and all topics. But I'll just give a brief. Monstack is basically contains the database thing like MongoDB, and it contains Express and Node for backend and all development, and it contains React for your front end development. Okay, so I basically started learning Monstack, and after that I felt that DevOps is very important. So when you learn any of the tech stacks like Mon or Mean Stack, and you learn DevOps, it's basically called a full stack development. Okay, now when you learn full stack development, then that's very important, first of all, to implement things practically. Either you start contributing to open source, or you start by building projects. I would suggest that you should start by building projects. Okay, now, one thing I would like to share, when I started, I'm just giving a brief overview. When I started learning, MERN stack and all, things are a bit confusing. Do not feel that it's confusing for you or it's happening to you. It's something which is pretty confusing to everyone who starts with coding. Like, I am personally speaking, did not have a coding background, so you can relate yourself with me. So I started learning things. I started basically practicing things. And please make sure that you divide your day in DSA as well as development equally. Okay, because DSA is very important. You cannot really crack any of the interviews. Like 95% of the interviews really have a coding round at the beginning, and you have to crack that coding round if you want to go into further techno HR or technical rounds or whatever you want. So basically, that was one of my one of the time problems I faced at that time. It was really hard to divide my time, because it was like if I did DSA, then I was literally doing DSA for the entire day, and even if you don't do development for one day, you'll lose that particular flow and that particular touch in development. To be honest, I would like it happened to me. So what you should do, you should divide your time, and please be very disciplined with your time. So, and yeah, one more thing, it may happen to a lot of people that you may go absolutely productive for 10 days and then completely unproductive for the next 5 to 6 days. You may not even like understand the reason of your existence. Happens to me as well. But yeah, uh, it actually happens to a lot of people. Don't worry about that. When you go unproductive, always try to at least do some particular things. Else, you will actually have a guilt in yourself that you did not do things, or you did not achieve your milestones, or whatever you had decided. So, yeah, this is one of the things which is important. So, I had started with Monstack, then I learned DevOps. And with that, I was always making sure that I practice those things practically. What does practicing things practically means? It means that you basically do these things on projects, you implement them on projects, or you basically try to implement them on open source, like solving any bugs or issues or anything like that. So I started doing that. Apart from that, I was also doing data structure algorithms and all sideways, competitive programming sideways. So these were the things which I used to do. Now, one more thing. I had an idea of Gsoc, okay, from my first year. But I really did not know what is organization, what is open source, what is Git and GitHub, because that time I was not aware of any of the tech stacks. To be honest, in college days, you may feel that okay, this entire lockdown period is very boring and all. I also felt the same at the beginning. But in college days, you will barely find time to contribute to these all skills, skill development and all. You'll not find so much time, because your entire first half will be packed and you will be tired, and then in the second half Probably you will go for doing any of the particular things like either web development or either DSA and CP, and your productivity will decrease by half. Okay, so it's very important that you basically try to contribute your time now, because now it's a time where most of the colleges have not been opened and still you have a lot of time. And now you can particularly contribute everything, like towards competitive programming, data structures, or towards web development, everything. Okay, so I basically started with these all things, and in my first year, I had no idea of what is like open source and all. I did hear that Gsoc is one of the very prestigious open source programs conducted all over the globe. And I never thought that okay, I will be able to crack Gsoc because I had the least interest towards programming. But then what happened, I started exploring things. Okay, no one can literally tell you everything. You have to be a bit self dependent to explore things on your own. You should try to explore what is basically open source and what is Git and GitHub. And once you explore things, you will be able to understand what is the significance of all those things. So whenever I learned about Gsoc, the first thing came that particularly came everywhere is basically you have to learn a tech stack. You basically have to learn a tech stack, and without any of the tech stacks, it's really hard to crack Gsoc. Okay, learn anything. I'll right now I'll show you that in Gsoc you literally have options on particular language also, C++ also. You have a lot of organizations solely working on C++. You have a lot of organization working on Python. So don't worry if you are not like don't have any time towards development and all those things. Don't worry about that. Gsoc has got you everything. The thing is that you have to learn about open source. What is open source? What is the essence of open source? And what basically is Git and GitHub? Because open source is all about Git and GitHub. You have to learn how to work around these things, how to play around these things. And apart from that, if you have Gsoc in your resume, this will drastically lift up your resume. It will be like your if your resume has very few internships or few achievements. If you have Gsoc, then the chances of your resume getting shortlisted will be way better. Okay. And apart from Gsoc is like the recent milestone I achieved. I would like to also speak about the internships which I did. So at first, when I was more into data structure algorithm, C++ and all, you'll not find a lot of internships which actually offer you certain, intern roles on data structure algorithms and C++ and all. There are a few internships basically which give a teaching role or something like that on these all things. But if you do web development or if you do machine learning and all, you literally find a lot of internships. Okay, so if you really want to do any internship to lift up your resume, then you should go for development. Okay, either machine learning or web development. Okay, so once you do that, you can basically find a lot of internships on Internshala or on LinkedIn. Okay, and a lot of things are there where you can find the internships. Now apart from that, um just a second, guys. Okay, so if you really want to like do any internship, then you should start to learn any of the tech stacks, which is basically important, which is basically very important to lift up your resume. So first of all, I would like to tell that you want to do any internships, you want to do like lift up your resume to add substance to your resume, then basically go for Internshala or LinkedIn, where you can find a lot of internships. And apart, yeah, I'll just deal with your doubts. No worries about that. I'll deal with your doubts. Let us just continue with the flow, and then I'll basically ask you all to ask the questions. No issues. First of all, internships. I went, the first internship, to be honest, I had was with one of the organizations, and it was a teaching role internship. It was a low paid internship. So, do not worry if your first internship is low paid or it's unpaid. Like, don't go for unpaid internship. To be honest, because internship, they are making you work and you should actually be paid for that, what I feel. But you can basically go for low paid internships also. This will actually add work experience to your resume. Okay. Apart from that, if you want to actually go for unpaid internships, you feel that you are not getting a paid internship or something like that, don't worry, you can go for it, no issues. First internships are really horrible, to be honest, for most of the people, but it's fine. Apart from that, my second internship was with another organization which was high paid, which was not that high paid, which was like mediocre kind of thing, but it was better than the first internship. Okay, then after that I worked as a developer in one of the, like, that was also mediocre kind of internship, it was not very good. I worked as a developer, front end developer, as well as partial back end. Okay, I was working on that, and after that I basically cracked Gsoc, Google Summer of Code, Gsoc, and along with that I also cracked the internship. Like, it was a good internship at Shape AI. Okay, after that, like, now Gsoc is over, but I'm continuing with my internship, and also on my campus a lot of internships are coming, so I'm continuing with that also. Now, one more thing is that, you know, internships and all, first of all, they add substance to your resume. It's not always important to do 10 internships which do not have a very good brand name. Okay, but it's always important to do one internship which is important for you, which will add substance to your resume. Okay, now, like, these all internships and all I did in my, like, up to this particular time. Up to this particular time, I can say that two internships that were really good. First of all, Gsoc was really good, and the second was Shape AI. It was good. Okay. So Gsoc is like one of the greatest milestones I achieved. Yeah. Okay. One of the greatest milestones I achieved, and it actually lifted my resume a lot. Now, like, since I have talked a lot about myself, I'll basically tell you all about how to find organization in GSOC and everything. Okay, guys, just give me 1 minute. Okay. So I'll basically share my screen and show you guys that what all things are basically present in GSOC. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Okay, guys. So I'm sharing my screen. First of all, you guys know about Git and GitHub. Like, most of you are having your, account in GitHub, correct? Yeah. So is my screen visible? I guess it's visible, all of you. Yeah, great. Okay. So what's important, inside open source? First of all, whatever tech stack whatever tech stack, you should try to solve issues on that, particularly on GitHub, to get a feel of what is a merge request, what is a pull request, how to make a pull request, how to create a branch, how to update your branch. You can take up any course. A lot of courses are available on Udemy or Coursera based on Git and GitHub. And you can particularly take up any of the course, or you can join a boot camp or something like that and learn about what is Git and GitHub. This is the first and the most important thing to be known for Gsoc if you are targeting Gsoc. Okay, so this is very important. Now, when I go to GitHub, I'm assuming that you guys know about GitHub. Okay, like GitHub, most of you must be having an account in GitHub. So when you go to GitHub, then you basically go here, search or jump to, and you basically click enter here, like without selecting anything. Okay, without selecting anything, just click enter. When you click enter over here, you basically go to advanced search. Okay, inside advanced search, you have got a plenty of options. Plenty of options are available here. So what I can do here, you can basically select any of the language. What languages are available over here? Suppose you know C++ as of now, okay, or JavaScript as of now. So you can select C++, JavaScript, even HTML, CSS. Plenty of issues are available on that. Okay, so let me select just JavaScript. Okay, after you select JavaScript, there a lot of things have not to be filled over here. Like a few things will be filled and you will be good to go. After JavaScript, you basically go to issues options, because we are going to deal with issues. Okay, we are going to basically try, like, get a vibe of how a pull request is made or
Ma'am,
how
can you
something
speak
is
a
made.
little bit louder?
Okay, issues, I'll basically increase. Okay, am I audible now? Is it fine?
Yes,
Great,
ma'am.
great. Yeah. Okay, so basically you can okay, you can go to GitHub, and here in GitHub, uh, you know about further process, like how I reached over here. Now when I reach over here, I can basically select which language I want to go for. You want to solve issues of which language? You are pretty efficient at JavaScript, go for that. Now if you don't know about issues, let me tell you. Inside GitHub, a lot of projects are there. Okay, a lot of projects are available inside GitHub. So whosoever is the maintainer or the owner of the project, they basically do one thing. They basically tell that, okay, we have certain issues, we will raise those issues, and they will particularly have their tags over there, like in which language that issue is present. Language of issue is like common thing which is attached over there. Apart from that, they will also have some issue labels also. And like, being a beginner, you should go for issue labels, like a beginner labeled issue. Okay, maybe a bug fix, or maybe documentation, or maybe a good first issue. Because now we are beginners, so we should not go for a very good, like a master issue, which will really drastically bring a very good improvement inside the project. So let us go for very easy and beginner friendly issues. Okay, so here you can go to issue options, and here you can basically go to with labels. You can write good first issue, or you can write bug fixes, or you can write beginner level. You can search labels for beginner friendly issues. Okay, so I'll basically go for good first issue, and here you can go to user options and any language. Here also I'll basically select JavaScript. Both are same only, user options and this option. Okay, then I'll go on search. Okay, so when I search, you can see so many issues are available. And these are basically for a lot of projects which are available on GitHub. It's not important that these all projects are very good projects, but at least you'll get a vibe of what is a pull request, what is how to create a branch, how to basically clone a repo, or how to fork a repo. You will learn a lot of a lot of things about them. So even if you have learned a lot of things about them, you can basically go and try to get your hands dirty on these all things on Git and GitHub. Okay. So when I go here, I basically see that a lot of issues are present over here. So I can basically select any of the issue. Let me just select this issue. You can see that the issue has been created. You can see that here the fox are 0 and the star is 0. That means this repository is a beginner repository. It has been created by someone like us only. Okay, it's not a very good repository, but yeah, it's good for getting your hands dirty on Git and GitHub. So you can basically go on this particular repo, like this particular thing, and make sure that whenever you are trying to basically do anything on issue or make any improvement, always leave a comment for the entire like author or the maintainer to let them know that you have started working on that issue, because GitHub is all about first come first serve. Okay, if you come first, then you have to let them know that okay, you are the first person inside this, and it's you who will be dealing with this issue, so that they don't assign anyone with the issue. Okay, so always leave a comment over here that okay, I am working on this particular issue. And if you are facing any issue, right, if you are not getting anything right, or if you are like if you are stuck with something, you can always ask help over here. If that particular repository, I'm not sure about these certain small repos, but yeah, if it has a good amount of fork, then the maintainers and developers over there are very active. Okay, and since they are very active, basically you can get to know that okay, they will help you to deal with your problems. Okay, they will literally help you. They will tell you, okay, you can do this or that or anything like that. So it's very important to leave a comment over here that I am working on this issue, so that no one else is working on that issue, or even if they are assigning issues to particular person, that issue will be assigned to you. Okay, so this is one of the ways to particularly start with Gsoc. It's very important that you get a feel of what is a pull request, what is a what all are the texts related to Git and GitHub, and you get your hands dirty on those things. It is the first thing. Okay, you have to deal with it. You have to do this. Okay. Now, after this, after doing this particular thing, you basically can go on searching organizations for GitHub. Now, sorry, for Gsoc. Okay. So, what is Gsoc? I'll just tell you, I'll just give a brief on this. Okay. So, what is Gsoc? Gsoc is basically you can say the most prestigious open source event or open source program which is conducted by Google. In Gsoc, a lot of organizations take part. A lot of organizations are present who like propose their projects, who say that okay, we have these projects in hand, and Google supplies them with certain slots, and they basically like select particular student developers, open source contributors to work on those projects, and this is where you are selected for Gsoc. And if you complete that project, then you basically cleared your Gsoc. If you are not able to complete the project, there are evaluations in Gsoc. Okay, first evaluation, second evaluation. Before this year, there were a lot of okay, I'll deal with the doubts, don't worry about that. Okay, so before this, a lot of evaluations are present, but this year evaluations have been reduced to half. So we have basically two evaluation, the first and the final evaluation. And if you complete those evaluation, you have cleared your Gsoc. If you don't complete those evaluation, then you were selected for Gsoc, but you can't call yourself a Gsocer. Okay, so I'll tell you how to search organization on Gsoc. Okay, so let me just share my screen. Okay, great. So you can basically go here and you can basically search Gsoc directly. Okay. So after you search Gsoc, you will basically land on to this page, Google Summer of Code. I'll not log in. Okay. It's not important to log in to search any organization or something like that. You can basically always like go for searching organization without even logging in. So I can go to organizations. Okay, so this is basically showing what are the organizations available in Gsoc, which are the organizations available at Gsoc. Okay, so these are the organizations which basically propose their projects in Gsoc. There are different organizations which get selected like in all the years. Okay, but there are certain organizations which get selected every year. Okay, I'll basically share a link. I'll basically share a link which will basically tell you that what all organizations get selected frequently in GSOC. Okay, don't worry about that. And make sure that you basically try to apply for certain organization which has been selected in GSOC for the past 2 or 3 years, because those organization has a very, I'm not literally judging any organization, but it's a it's a personal opinion. Those organization which already have a background of GSOC since the past 3-4 years, those organizations basically give a very good environment for the developers. They have a very good group of maintainers, admins, and all. Okay, so here are the organization. Now, how to see that what organization you want to go for? First of all, you can select organization based on maybe random selection, or probably if you have heard about any organization, then you can probably search for that organization directly. Or there is a very good thing for searching any organization. You can directly write your tech stack over here. Okay, it's not showing anything. It will, just a second. Just cancel this. Okay, it's not working or what? Just a second, guys. Yeah. So if I type here C++, okay, you can see that a lot of organizations have come up, and these organizations are actually having C++ as one of the tech stacks. So if I click on this, you can see that it has C++. If I click on this, then it C and C++ both are particularly same only. Don't worry about that. It has C++. So if you feel that you have any like good knowledge in C++, or even I can go for probably Python, like since like I'm selecting C++ and Python and all because a lot of people have their expertise in C++ and Python. Okay, so that is why I'm basically going for C++ and Python. Nothing like you can go for any of the tech stacks you want, but I'm just trying to show you that it literally has organization, so many organization for a basic language like C++. Okay, so you can basically go for any of the organization like Audacity. You can see that it just has one requirement, that is C++. Okay, after that a lot of organizations are there, and don't worry if they have a certain tech stack which is not matching with your tech stacks, because it's fine. You cannot assure that whatever tech stacks you have, that particular tech stack should match with your organization. You can always go on learning some extra tech stacks if you are not like getting any organization based on the exact tech stack group you have, okay, in your mind. So it's fine with that. But you can always go for any of the organization which has at least 2 or 3 tech stacks which is matching with whatever you know. Okay, like I had gone for organization, I'll tell you, CDLI. Okay, so okay. So here you can see that CDLI has a lot of things like PHP is there, MySQL is there, Python is there, JavaScript, Java. So I did not know PHP, to be honest. Okay, because PHP is a language which a lot of people do not know. It's a framework which a lot of people do not know. So I do not know PHP. Okay, and I am a C++ developer, like a C++ programmer, I can say. So Java and C++ are probably same only, but it's fine. It's fine if if you have any of the clones of any of the tech stacks. So I was like, I should give it a try. Now I can't think that okay, my entire tech stack is not matching with this, I should not apply for this organization. It's not like that. When you contribute to any organization, you basically learn that okay, I have contributed to this organization, now I'll go on exploring my tech stack, I'll go on basically trying things out and all. Okay. Yeah, I was just checking that okay, everything is proper or not. No issues. So basically, here I started contributing to this particular organization. So you can go and search for a lot of organizations which are basically available inside your entire uh, Gsoc organization list, and you can try to find out the apt organization which will basically satisfy all your tech stacks, or most probably 80 or 70% of your tech stacks. Okay. Now one more thing is present here. Another important thing, when you go and contribute to any of the tech stacks, you will find certain issues in the beginning. You will feel that okay, I'm contributing to a particular tech stack, but I'm not basically getting things right, or I'm not able to solve any issues. That happens. Feel free to ask your doubts to the maintainers and developers. If you have chosen a good organization, then definitely the maintainers and developers are very helping. Okay. Now, one more thing is available here. You can basically always go to learn more and see the projects over the any of the organizations you have selected. And here you can see I'm available here at Aradhna Kund Design Challenge, and this is my project, and they were my mentors. And I will really tell that CDLI is such a sweet organization. The maintainers, the developers, the entire team is so helping. I will prefer you should actually start contributing to this organization. You never know, you can get selected, but this organization is very good. The environment, the entire, the entire organization is a very sweet organization, and all of them are very helping. Even my mentors, Emily, David, and all, they were having a different time zone. They are from like a entire different time zone, but I never felt that because they were always so quick with the responses. They always helped me like within a certain time. Okay, and it was very overwhelming for me. After that, the entire other developers and maintainers, they are also very good. Okay, so here you can view the projects, and you can see that what all projects actually came in the current year. Okay, and here you can go and explore any of the project. Make sure whenever you select any organization, you join their chat channel and contact through the email. Just introduce yourself through the email and join the chat channel and introduce yourself. Give a formal short introduction about yourself, that okay, I'm this and that, I'm from this particular college, and in this year then I'm working on this tech stack, or I want to contribute for this particular project, and start with that. Okay. After that, there is one more thing, in in Gsoc, you can always go for targeting a lot of organization. I won't prefer targeting more than 3 organizations, but yeah, you can go and just check out in which organizations you are getting good responses and which actually matches your vibe. But yeah, you can go for that, and after going for that, you can basically see that which organization perfectly suits you. In Gsoc, you have got a liberty to send 3 proposals to 3 organizations, and in whichever you get selected, if you give 3 proposals to 3 organizations, and you literally have very good bonding with all the 3 organizations, it's a higher chances there that you will actually get selected in any of the organization. I had just given one proposal, but I was thinking of some other orgs in the beginning, but then this particular org was so sweet, and I got so good response from this particular org, and I was also able to solve a lot of issues in that. So I just submitted one proposal, but you can go for submitting 3 proposals at max. Okay. Now, one more thing. when you like submit any proposal, or when you just try to hit any organization, always make sure you go to their code base, you learn about their entire, repository and all, you learn about their entire organization. Go to their code base. My entire code base for CDLI was available at GitLab, but most of the organizations project is available in GitHub. No worries about that. You can basically go to, like, they will be providing your entire like link over here. Here the CDLI link is there, and from that you can go to contribute, and you can contribute to their entire code base. It's very important that you don't blindly write the proposal. Okay, it's very important that you should basically try to first contribute to that org, solve their issues, and then they will get that feeling that okay, this particular student developer is good for our organizations. I'll tell you this particular point, it's very important in proposal making. Okay, whenever you build proposal, your proposal is accepted or rejected first of all on the basis of how you have presented your proposal, and secondly how you have basically solved the issues. Okay, what are, all are the issues you have solved, and what's the status of the issues, is are all the issues the good first issue, or you have also really solved very good issues. Okay, that's very important. Now okay, I have told a lot about organizations and all. You can basically go and search things over here. Now, apart from that, I'll also tell you like how to basically go and search for a lot of things like Gsoc proposal making and all. It's very important. Gsoc proposal making and all. It's really very important. And you literally have to solve issues to get your entire proposal selected in Gsoc. Okay, because your proposal will be selected into Gsoc by the organization only when you have actually solved certain issues. Okay, and you can basically go on searching whatever projects are present inside your organization, what all projects are present, you want to target which particular project, and who all are the mentors of the project. You can go on and search for that, right? No issues for that. Now, okay, I'll basically share my proposal now and tell you how to go for proposal making. Okay, so let me share my proposal. Okay. So make sure that your proposal is maybe 16 or 18 pages or greater than that. Okay, I had built a proposal which was pretty long because I had given a lot of things, 28 pages proposal. Make sure that's 18 plus pages. Okay, so this was my proposal. Like when like my organization had decided the entire project and all, that time mentors were Samat Sharma and Aman Iqbal. But after that the mentors got actually changed because the design challenge was bifurcated into a designing team and a developer team. I was in the developer team, so my mentors were David, Aman and Emily, as I had shown you here. No issues for that. So when I go to the next page, first of all, here do mention this is my template. You can get a lot of templates on internet. I basically did not copy this particular template from anywhere. I had created this particular template from my, from scratch. Okay, so you can basically try to see any of the templates to get inspiration. It's fine to get inspiration from any of the templates, but do not try to copy any template. Okay, so here is the first page. You can basically, I tried to make it a bit fancy by writing the CDLI and putting the images of CDLI, GSOC and all, but it's fine. You can basically go on directly, writing your project name and your mentors and all. Okay. So here are my contents. So I had basically distributed my entire content list over here. I have all of my, what are contents? These are basically your deliverables. What are deliverables? You have to keep in mind which project you are working on. Whichever project you are working on, your organization will list that, okay, this project has this particular goal. Okay, once you go to the organization, you can find the entire thing over there. You can go and search for the projects and all, and you can deal with that. Okay, you can basically see that what is the motive of your entire like project, and what is the goal, what is the final outcome your project wants to bring in. And based on that particular outcome, you can create the list of deliverables, whatever things you are going to deal with. So here the content actually basically consisted of a lot of things. This was basically the index page. Here I have my goals and deliverables part. So first of all, I had written the curriculum vitae of the student, then overview of the project, then I had the goals and deliverables, then I'll basically tell you what all I had. And this is one of the like ways, or you can say this is the workflow of the entire thing. You have to follow this particular, like, you can say this particular order. It's very important to follow this order. You can't always have the timeline at first, and then why I'm the right person at first, and then the goals and deliverables at last. That's not the right way. Okay, so you can basically have this particular thing, and after you have this particular thing, you can go to describe each of the contents. Now one more thing, I had hyperlinked everything. Now when I go to goals and deliverables, I will be taken to goals and deliverables part directly. Just a second. Okay, so I will be taken to the goals and deliverables part directly. It's very important to make this particular contents part very much friendly to the mentor, whosoever is reading, because it's your mentor and the admin who will be selecting the proposal. Okay, so it's very important. So first of all, curriculum vitae of the student, do not give a lot of things over here. I had given, my phone number also over here, and my other stuffs which was not even important over here. But yeah, make sure that you give relevant information over here, short and crisp. And secondly, I'll tell you, after preparing the proposal, you have to prepare the first draft of the proposal. Always go through the Gsoc timeline. Okay, they have their entire timeline for each of the year. For this year also, they had the entire timeline. Before, you should like, to be honest, if I give a rough idea without like having a view of the timeline event, you should start contributing to your organization by max to max December. Okay, by max to max December, you should try to start contributing to your organization. It's like max upper limit. You can start contributing by November or October also. I will prefer that October, November, September is a good time from where you should start contributing, because at least 3 months you have to seriously and contribute to your organization, so that you have a good number of PRs merged. Okay, pull request merged. That is, you have solved a good number of issues. Now after you get your entire, in this span, when basically Gsoc declares the list of organization, that these organizations are a part of Gsoc or what, then you can start trying to speak to your mentors and all. Before that also, whenever you are contributing to the organization, try to maintain a very good and healthy friendly relationship with your mentor. Try to ask them questions, try to always interact with them. They will understand that okay, you are very active here and you are actually contributing over here. Obviously they will understand through your GitLab and GitHub activity also. If there you are very active, then obviously you are very active as in general. But try to maintain a good relationship also. Apart from that, when you have prepared your proposal, maybe after the Gsoc organization list declaration, and Gsoc also gives a timeline for the students' proposal submission. Start doing that, and in that you please submit your drafted proposal. Do not blindly submit your proposal directly on the like Gsoc dashboard. Okay, always try to submit your proposal first of all to your mentors. Try to tell them that okay, this is my first draft. In my proposal, a lot of changes are made by my mentors. They literally commented a lot of things. Give them a comment access if you are building a proposal on like Google Doc. Give them a comment access, and they will basically comment that okay, what all changes you need to do. inside your entire proposal, and make the changes accordingly, and finally they will tell that the proposal is good to go, and you can submit your proposal on the Google dashboard, like Gsoc dashboard, according to whatever time Google has given. Okay, a lot of things I have told. Now let us have a walkthrough of my proposal. First of all, this is an overview of the project. Here, briefly, I have told that what is this organization about, then what do I want to do inside this particular project, what is my deliverable, in short, like the summary, and what is the like aim of my project. Okay, these are the things I have listed here, very common thing. Now this is the important, this is the heart of your proposal. Okay, this goals and deliverables part. Here literally you have to just a second, I have to share the entire screen for this. I'll just share my entire screen. Okay, so here basically you have your goals and deliverables, and here you can see I have my planning implementation of admin dashboard, like admin dashboard, preparing the admin dashboard. Just a second. Okay. So admin dashboard was one of the most important, deliverable which had to be achieved inside entire, like, my entire GSOC project. So I'll basically tell you here, I had created the entire like planning and implementation of the admin dashboard. You have to literally describe, you can literally, you have to describe that what is this deliverable, how will you achieve the deliverable, along with the screenshot, like what is present right now and what all changes you want to do inside that particular thing. Also try to present a code snippet. I was asked by one of my mentors, also I had watched a few how to crack GSOC videos before by some of the GSOCers. It's very important that you basically put some code snippets. They will believe that okay, this particular guy or girl has achieved this entire thing right now. He has actually worked on the entire admin dashboard or on the code base and has the code ready and can give us the particular outcome. So if I go to this particular link, why did I give these hyperlinks over here? My hyperlink over here takes me to a Figma file where I have literally shown that, okay, I have, this is loading. Figma takes a time to load. No issues. So here basically whatever hyperlinks I have also designed the Figma file that okay, I want that this should my deliverable and this should be my deliverable, and I want to like present my entire code base to give it a outcome of like this. So always try to present some links or some screenshots or some code snippets which basically will give a kind of trust in the eyes of a mentor that okay, this particular student developer can actually work on this and has actually started working on this particular thing. Okay, so it's very important, if you like, you should try doing this. Okay, it's very important that you should try doing this particular thing, and it will uplift your entire proposal. Now here is my admin dashboard. Here I have also described one of the code snippets I have given and how I'll work with this. Now here I have also told that what all issues are basically related to this. I have linked those issues also over here, because if you link those issues, then your mentors and your like admins will be able to know that okay, these all are the issues and the student developer has already started contributing to this particular issue. It's very important that you actually ping your issues over here, because this will give a clear idea that you are pretty aware about these all things and you know where things are, and you have actually mentioned over here. Now I had also told that I'll give a separate like backend kind of flexibility over here, and I had added the backend code base over here also, like the entire code snippet. I had worked on that, and I had added the backend code snippet over here. So this basically gave an additional trust to the mentors that this particular guy or girl has actually worked on this particular thing. And I had mentioned also how will I work on this particular project, on this particular deliverable. I had given the entire workflow. Workflow is very important. You have to give your workflow and not a random or vague workflow. You have to literally write all those technical terms and the entire technical workflow. Like in this way, I will achieve my entire deliverable. So that is very important. And first of all, you can see that here I have made things very clear. Okay, I have basically sorted things very clearly, 3.1 with proper indentation, with every like your entire screenshot inside boxes. This actually has a very good user interface. Okay, so user interface over here is very important. Then I have all those subtasks and everything over here written very clearly. The task number is also given. Subtask 2 and 3, they are hyperlinked over here. Important things are like underlined. It's very important to first of all describe that what your deliverable is about, what is the issue right now, what you are trying to make an improvement in that issue, how will you achieve that improvement, the entire workflow, along with the present screenshot, along with what improvement you are going to do, and the code snippet screenshot. That is very important. Okay. So this was like the entire proposal. I had a lot of issues over here. I had a lot of deliverables over here, and these are the deliverables I actually worked on. And it's very important that you particularly link everything over here, because a lot of my subtasks were linked. It solely depends on what is your project about, but the main thing to keep in mind, three things: what is your deliverable about, what like issue you are currently facing, and how will you solve that issue. Okay, the entire workflow, along with the screenshots of whatever is present right now, improved screenshot, and then the code snippet screenshot. Okay, got it. So I basically worked on a lot of things. These are the deliverables. Okay, I can't actually go on explaining these deliverables because this is actually based on the project only. So it has no relevance on how to clear Gsoc. But yeah, these are all the things I had actually worked on, all those things. And see, you can see a lot of deliverables are available here. The red hyperlinks are basically the things which are designed by me, and it basically took them to the Figma file, so they can actually say from my proposal that this candidate is a good candidate. Here I have also mentioned some important things, that all those designs and developments which I'll do will be accessible on mobile and tablet view, will be accessible for all the browsers, and everything I had made sure of that also. So whatever your project is based on, you please make sure that you give your 100% on that, and try to mention certain things on that. So now here I basically tell that what tech stacks are used here. So HTML, CSS, Bootstrap are the common things. JavaScript, like this is a this is like a supplementary thing. You can put it or you can avoid it also. Here JavaScript means all those things like Node.js, Express.js. This current like CDLI did not use React. So Node, Express, and the common like JavaScript, how to DOM manipulation and all. So here JavaScript is all about that. And Cake PHP. Okay, so these are the things related to this. Now, one more thing. Here I had created the workflow chart, and one of the mentors had actually praised me for this, because workflow chart will basically give a entire, like your entire thing in a nutshell. That okay, you want to do these all things inside like this particular workflow, and this will be whatever you want to achieve, along with if that particular thing is not achieved, then what is the fallback plan and all. That's very important. After that, this is the second most important thing, the timeline. You have to distribute all. I literally had around 12 to 13 deliverables. It's very important that you distribute your entire deliverable into phases. Okay, so phase 0, it's like pre-community bonding period. Then phase 1, it's community bonding period. Please write this keeping in view the timeline of Gsoc. I had kept in mind the timeline of Gsoc 2021 and created this phase 1 and phase 2. It's very important that you basically start, implementing things from coding phase and distribute your all the deliverables in the coding phase. Try to give a gap of 1 week at max. Like at certain places, if you are really, conscious that I can't complete this deliverable in 1 week, so give a gap of 2 weeks. But yeah, always try to give a gap of 1 week and list down your deliverables which you are trying to achieve, okay, in that weekly span. Okay, after that, also give a hyperlink to that deliverable, and so that if I click on this, then I'll be directly taken to the admin dashboard part. Okay, so here I had basically distributed the coding phase 1 because this time we had two evaluation, the coding phase 1 and the coding phase 2, that is the final evaluation. So here I had listed down, I mean, I had distributed all my deliverables evenly in all the coding phases. And the last week I had given through documentation, submission of final report, and everything. Okay. This is very important. Now, after that, one more thing here, other achievements and all, this is barely of any importance. This is not important. I had taken part in Girls Trip Summer of Code. I was the finalist of pre-finalist of Mintra Hackathon. I was an instructor in Camp K12. This is not important. Like one of my mentors had told that you can remove this also. And literally I had put a set of my projects also over here, which he told that it's not important even. So it's not important. What is important? This one. What are the PRs involved over here? What all issues you have addressed? What all issues I have addressed? I had addressed a lot of issues, and here also, before GSOC submission, these three issues were also like my PRs for these three issues were also merged. So I had literally solved a lot of issues. And good first issue, I just have one good first issue. Okay, so other issues are, priority one issues like priority one or priority three, priority two issues. So a lot of issues are available over here which I had solved. And this is particularly important when you are dealing with GSOC. That is why I tell that you start implementing things and you start contributing to your organization whenever you are basically trying to hit any organization, because whenever you solve any issue, then that particular thing will tell that okay, you are good, you are pretty decent candidate for this, and your proposal will be selected. Okay, so always try to do that and mention the issues and merge request uh, associated with that. Okay, now other achievement, it's not relevant. Other commitments, you can tell that okay, I will contribute these many hours per week to GSOC, and you can clearly tell that okay, I have my semesters using this time, within this time, and I won't be able to contribute 40 hours, maybe I'll contribute 20 hours, but that's fine. What is important here is contributions to your particular organization. Okay, got it, guys? So this was one of the most important thing which is present in any of the organizations. Okay. And this is how a proposal is made. I'm not telling that you can't build a better proposal than this, but yeah, this is one of the very decent proposals because I had given this, like proposal to my organization and was praised for this. Okay. So this was my entire GSOC journey, and it was pretty good. And GSOC is always not about giving things, contributing. It's all about learning. And after going to GSOC, I learned advanced Git. Like literally, when I started contributing for GSOC and all, I started contributing for the organization prior to GSOC. It was like I started, learning a lot. And the maintainers, the developers and all literally make you learn a lot of things. Whatever tech stack you have chosen, you will become an absolute pro in that after Gsoc. You'll get a good thing for your resume, you'll get cash, that's secondary, but still you'll get. Apart from that, you'll learn a lot. Literally a lot you'll learn. And after this, you can actually tell that your resume has a greater chance of getting selected. In my organization, it was very important to actually get through the code base, because whichever organization you target, that particular organization will have a vast code base. My organization had such a big code base now that it was really hard to get through everything. Okay, so it's very important to get familiar with the code base, set up your entire framework on local. It took me a lot to set up the entire framework on local. Okay, so it's very important, and there are channels which will help you. You should join the mailing list or IRC channel, IRC mailing list or Slack channels and all for your organization. And through that, you will be learning a lot of things. They will help you out. Wherever you are stuck, just drop a text there, and there are developers and maintainers. At least I'm sure about the organization I worked on. They were so, active. Whenever I dropped any issue, there were a lot of people to help me out. CDLI is a great work to work on, and apart from that, it's very important to contribute. You guys can start looking out for organizations now if you're targeting Gsoc, and please try to contribute to that organization as soon as possible. Okay. So that was all about my entire, Gsoc journey and the entire proposal and all. I hope I was able to deliver a lot to you guys, and thank you. And you can just ask your doubts now.
Hello,
Any
ma'am.
doubt? Yeah, yeah.
Ma'am, actually, I ask for a suggestion to you. Uh, Currently,
Yeah.
I'm in my fifth semester, and to be honest, I haven't completed my DSA and dev portion. So I'm learning both. So I just want to ask you: is it good that I'm learning both together, or first I should learn dev, and then after completing two or three uh, good projects, I should switch to DSA?
No, I always prefer that you should always go for development and DSA simultaneously, parallelly. Divide your day into two halves. Commit 4 or 5 hours to data structure and algorithm. Commit 3-4 hours to development. Never ever go for one thing solely. You need both the things. You have to contribute time to both of the things. Divide your day accordingly. Never go for DSA particularly and leave that entire development thing, or never go for development and leave DSA. Do both the things parallelly. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Good
I'm
evening,
also in
ma'am.
a hello.
Yeah.
I'm also in a similar
Good.
situation, but I'm also even writing GRA and all as well. So I just wanted to know.
Okay. Sorry. Can you repeat?
Yeah, I'm also in a similar situation as
Okay.
she said, but I'm also additionally writing even GRE as well.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think like DSA would be like that much helpful for me then? So I'm not
DSA
planning on
is
doing a job later.
okay. You're not trying to get a job.
Yeah,
Okay, if you're not trying to get a job, then you can go on preparing uh, your requirements for GRE if you are targeting masters.
yeah,
But if you are like targeting for placements and all, then please go for DSA. DSA is very important for placement.
yeah.
Most important thing. Yeah.
DSA I don't need it right now, but I feel like a GSOC would be really helpful for me.
Okay, GSOC is really for GSOC you don't need DSA. For GSOC you just need a certain tech stack, developmental tech stack with you along with Git and GitHub knowledge.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to be clear on. Thanks.
Yeah.
गुड इवनिंग मैम।
Good evening.
मैम राइट नाउ मैं मतलब थर्ड सेमेस्टर में हूँ, तो मेरे को जी शॉक के लिए कहाँ से तैयारी स्टार्ट करनी चाहिए? व्हाट इज माय फर्स्ट स्टेप?
Okay, you should start learning any of the tech stacks. If you are not aware of what you want to learn, you can try exploring things. Try to get into any of the developmental skills, because in Gsoc it will be helpful if you have either Mern stack or mean stack knowledge, or even ML or AI or anything you want. Then try to learn any of the tech stacks. Then learn about DevOps and all, then go for Git and GitHub knowledge. After learning Git and GitHub, as I showed you, please go on contributing on GitHub, like to particular issues or all, to get a vibe of what PRs and all are. And after that, you can basically go on contributing to any of the organizations. So it's first of all, your first step is to learn tech stack, like to learn either Mon stack or mean stack or AIML or anything you are interested in. Go for organization and look out like what tech stacks they have and learn that tech stack, become a pro in that, and then try to hit the methods I just told you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Madam, you told more PRs and more issues solved will directly lead to more chances of getting selected, yeah, in the organizations, na?
Yeah.
So that I can start from this month. I am in machine learning, so that I have chosen some organization from the.
Mm-hmm.
So from this month I can start now. It can or it's
Yeah. Please start contributing to the organization. Try to solve the issues and try to, like, whenever you solve any issues, please drop a text over there that I'm working on this particular issue, and the maintainers will assign you with that issue. And you can please start working on the issues so that your PRs get merged. And whenever you have your proposal ready, you have a lot of PRs with you, and you finally you have a greater chance of getting selected in GSOC.
madam, whenever you shown in your proposal that you have instead of achievement you have shown most of the part of your PRs means which issues you
Mm-hmm.
have shown.
Yeah.
It means directly, na means you have to more focus on PRs,
Yeah,
not on.
exactly. I was actually guided by my mentor himself. I had actually devoted a lot of my space to projects, whatever projects I have created on this particular tech stack. I had also mentioned a lot of, other achievements, but he solely told that you can literally remove everything and you can put all those PRs and issues you have solved, because those are the things will actually let you inside the GSOC. You can obviously put your some of the major achievements you have received, but apart from that, the issues and PRs, you like the PRs which have got merged or the issues in which you have contributed, you have to basically put those into your proposal.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am, before contributing or solving the issues, how many projects you have made means in your case, if I consider.
Okay, projects. If you tell about individual projects, then I had made around 4 to 5 projects. 4 to 5 projects. Among those 4 to 5 projects, 3 projects are good projects. And for resume, also, if you're talking from resume point of view, then 3 good projects are really important for your resume. 3 very good projects. But if you're talking for GSOC point of view, then projects are not important, not very important. What issues you solve, what PRs you have got your PRs merged and all, those are very important.
So means projects are not good for getting hold of the language. So
Yeah, projects are good for getting hold of the language. I never said that projects are not good for getting hold of the language or something like that. Projects are very good for getting your hands dirty on that language and becoming a pro at that language. But for GSOC, issues and PRs are very important rather than projects.
okay.
Hello,
Ma'am,
ma'am. Uh, that what type of application we have to send to the organization while choosing them?
Okay, when you try to hit any organization, you have to create a proposal. Like the way I described you, you have to create a proposal, and the organization has a greater, a lot of projects with them. So you can try to focus on any of the project and try to give your proposal, make your proposal in such a way, and then submit your proposal for that particular organization. Okay, And yeah, this is the way you have to submit your proposal actually. And before submitting your proposal, you can actually go and contribute to the organization. And yeah, this is the basic way of getting into any org.
Do we have to email or we can directly send the chat there? Which method is good for it?
If you want to join any organization or introduce yourself, then you have to actually, you can it's better to try every option. Try to email also and introduce yourself on chat channels also. They are more active on the chat channels. And apart from that, for proposal, you have to basically log in into Gsoc dashboard, and in Gsoc dashboard only you will get there a column for a specific field for your proposal submission. Okay, so there only you will basically submit your proposal. Yeah.
And what how to find the PRs to be like to find the issues, good first issues. Do the mentors help to find that?
So if you are like targeting any organization, when you go to that repository, maybe in GitHub or GitLab, you will get the entire list of issues over there, and there you can sort out the issues according to your tech stack or according to whatever labels you want. And if you want help from mentors, they will also help you to, like, if you like, if you can actually ask that, okay, what issues I should work on, but that will actually give a vibe that you are not very aware about these all things. So better not to do that. Better you go and sort the issues out of yourselves, and just go and like leave a comment on any of the issues you want to work
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am,
on. Okay. Yeah.
ma'am, you told you will share a list of organizations which get repeatedly selected.
Yeah, I'll basically share currently. Okay. Yeah, I'll share just a second. You can basically go to the organization list and try to find it out also. I'm not sure about the link now, I have it or not, but you can go on Google and search also. On Google also, if you search that, okay, what are the list of organizations which get repeatedly selected on GSOC, they will provide you with a link, and that particular link you can see what all organizations actually got selected for GSOC frequently. Okay, Google has everything.
There is lot of organizations.
Yeah, a lot of organizations are there which got selected in frequent years, like 5 to 6 years, frequently, like consecutively, they got selected. So you can try to search organizations which suits you and also got selected for a lot of years. That's fine.
Good evening, Didi. So I wanted to ask that when did you actually get to know about the projects, and like how much time does it take to actually make a proposal, a detailed proposal?
To be honest, it took me around 8 or 9 days to make the first draft of my proposal. Okay, first draft. And then it took around another 10 days to get that draft perfected. I can tell that on a whole, it took around 1 month to get my proposal perfected. But yeah, make sure that you do not actually go on perfecting your proposal and sideways leave that organization. Do not contribute actually. Go on contributing to that organization. Sideways also improve your proposal. It's a lot of work to do, I understand. I had completely gone mad during my GSOC days, but yeah.
When did you actually know what are the projects and all? मतलब उसके बाद कितना टाइम मिला था प्रिपेयर करने के
What
लिए?
are the projects? Okay, I can hear myself. No issues. So actually, during this time itself, during September and all, I had gone for looking out organizations and all. I had selected a lot of organization. I went on to see what all projects they have. I also went on to search out their code base and repo and all. So when I went there, I actually tried to figure out what all suits me, what all organization I actually have with my tech stack. And by probably November or December December, I had decided finally that I want to contribute to this organization, and I had started contributing like on the issues, actually set up the framework, understood about the framework, and started contributing. Never ever underestimate their code base, because it literally takes around 2-3 weeks to understand the entire code base, the entire workflow. Okay, so that's very important.
Okay, thank you so much, Aradhana. Like every good event has to end, this webinar has to end as well. So I
Okay,
personally found it so informative and so helpful to all the
thank you.
people who want to actually have their way to Gsoc. This is a great roadmap, a complete detailed explanation to everything, and I personally am so motivated. So I'll definitely give it a try, and I'm pretty much sure every CSC student or everyone who's interested in coding somehow is going to go for it. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for a detailed explanation to everything. We had a great time. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you
So,
all.
yeah, do not forget to follow Aradhana on LinkedIn, her
Yeah.
profile. Yeah, so we will be sharing her profile as well. So, do not forget to follow her, and she's always available. If you want to have any doubt, she is definitely going to respond to you. Maybe not now, but late. But yeah, she's definitely going to respond to you. So, any doubt left, please do follow her on LinkedIn, and she is there for you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Aradhana.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, where is the link?
Okay, so we'll share
Ma'am,
the
ma'am, will the video be posted on the YouTube? This video?
yeah. So this video will be posted on the Skill Valley channel. So
Okay, okay.
yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Aradhana, for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Thank you,
do not
ma'am.
yeah. So do not forget to and do not miss any other webinars from Skill Valley. We are always there in the weekends, so please stay tuned with us. And there are many more webinars all ready for you guys. So be there. Till then, me Ria signing off. See you guys soon. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am.